What's going on, guys? We are back with the top 10 players of 2016. We have number 1, CoolCole93, and we're going to show some gameplay from him because he is just a god. So let's get this going here, but let's go over some of the accomplishments he's had throughout the entire year. Phenomenal player, and he's also made a ton of roster moves throughout, and we'll get to those a little bit later, but first off, we go to the Gfinity Invitational, where Team Rocket themselves won one game versus Crown and Jewels, who eventually went on to lose in that tournament, but they won the RLC Pro League, beating the best team in the world, Flipside Tactics. So, a huge one-game win there. Don't mind that it's a best of 7, but we don't care about that. They only tried for one of those games, obviously. CoolCole was a pillar on the defensive side. He's the pillar of mediocre defense in Rocket League, and he really showed it during that series. Phenomenal player, without a doubt. Then we move on. A little bit later on in the year, RLCS. Both RLCSs, Team Rocket made it all the way to Day 2 qualifiers. Phenomenal play from them, destroying the Prospect Elite teams. Having a little bit of trouble, maybe with some Challenger Elites, but always making it to Day 2. Phenomenal performance there. Can't say more about that. And then his best result he's ever had on day -1 of Rocket League. Technically, this was a 2015 game, but it's so impressive, I just wanted to show it off here. On day -1, because it came out in New Zealand early for the PS4, he downloads it and beats one of the best players in the world named Gibbs in maybe the most boring game I've ever watched in my life, a 1-0 overtime game. He was so proud of it. He actually has it up on his YouTube channel, which I will link in the description below. And you can tell him how boring of a game that actually was. But he pulled out the win. And as we all know, Gibbs was the best player in North America for, I don't know, a year. So, you know, he carried Kenobi and Sad to many victories. So, again, Cole just coming up big. And then we go into roster moves. Here's where, like, things get a little crazy. In late 2015, Cole actually sent Fisho Kid, one of the most prolific and popular gamers for Rocket League in the world. He sends him to boot camp in Korea. So Fisho leaves for 6 months, goes to Korea, boot camps, becomes the best player in the world. But CoolCole, with the best roster move he's ever made, did not let him play on the team until RLCS qualifiers. So it would be a huge surprise to the competitors. And as you can see with their results, it worked out phenomenally for them there. And Fisho is still with the team today, and they're still going strong. They have, I believe, 100% win rate since Fisho returned. Oh, wait. There's a typo. 10% win rate since Fisho returned. Phenomenal play all around from them. And then, of course, the one and only Doomsy. He actually, so there's a lot of controversy on why he left Team Rocket, but the actual story is Doomsy was kicked from Team Rocket right after Cole actually beat him in a mixed martial arts competition. Doomsy fell into a deep depression hole and was kicked from the team because he just could not play any longer with this depression of knowing that Cole is the better mixed martial arts fighter. It was actually a really sad story. And, like, I hope Doomsy gets better, but obviously we saw he's still in that post-depression or that deep depression because he hasn't really done anything in 2016, as we can see from both RLCSs. Hasn't really worked out for him. So, we're just hoping he feels better someday, Doomsy. We're pulling for you, man. Just, you know, just work on that mental game. One day, you'll win something. One day. But all in all, we just see that CoolCole, one of the best defensive players to ever play this game. His mediocre defense has been phenomenal. Team Rocket has grown huge. They actually, like, quit for a little while because they wanted to train so hard. They've had tons of roster moves. They've had I Am a Tree. They've had Nor. They've had, right now, they actually, for 2017, they've actually started to add some Flipside killers. One in particular, O'Neal, coming in. He's the only player on the only team to ever sweep Flipside Tactics. I cannot back this up, but at least it's one of the many, or one of the few. The only team to sweep Flipside Tactics in a best of 7. And Cole is just trying to make this Flipside killer. We already know that they're better than Flipside, but he's slowly trying to just become the best team in the world once again, which, to be fair, they are the best in the world. I mean, Flipside might have won a world championship. Team Rocket just decided to not show up because they thought it'd be a little bit unfair. And Cole just, like, such a smart player, such a phenomenal player, and I just want to see more from him in 2017. I'm really glad that the boot camp with Fisha worked, and we're still all pulling for Doomsy. Like, I know Cole feels actually really bad. He probably should have thrown the mixed martial arts competition like he did for most of the RLCS, but we'll see what they can do in 2017. But there you have it, guys. The #1 player of 2016, CoolCole93. I always forget the number because he has to change his name so much because the fan base is just all over him if he keeps the same name. So I haven't actually seen 93 in his name in a really long time, but CoolCole93, the best player of 2016. But did that payment come through yet from Cole? Oh, it did? Alright, cool.